What's up, guys? It's your boy DGU Mike. I'm back here with another video here. Today I'm going to be showing off some decks that I'm going to be playing throughout the BT-15 format. This is definitely not like final list for all my decks, and I wouldn't take this as really a deck profile. This is just kind of what I'm playing with recently, what I've been going through in my head, and especially the last list here I'm going to show you guys is definitely more of like a pet project, so that list will be getting lots of revisions. Possibly some deck profiles in the future so I can go into way more depth with my choices. But let me know how you guys feel, any changes you would make, anything you'd like to see from me. Also just a reminder here that if you guys need any merch or want to check anything out, please check out our shop online. We've got clothing, we've got playmats, we've got sleeves for sale. But let's just jump right into the video here, and I'm going to show you guys the first profile, which is Imperial. You guys know that this is definitely my favorite deck in the game. It's my favorite Digimon in the game. I'm really excited for BT-16, so I'm kind of just messing with some random stuff for now until we get the new BT-16 support. Currently, some changes from my last deck profile I made on this, but I think, man, what was my last deck profile? Maybe BT-13 was the last time I made a deck profile, maybe BT-12. But Vmon is new from the movie, the promo pack for the movie. He just lets you reduce the Digivolution cost by 1 if you have a Tamer in play. It's pretty good because it can help facilitate some plays. Maybe if you need to go into an X Vmon, whatever, you're at 2 and go there for 1. It just helps out the turn. It's okay. He has a pretty good one attacking because it's not once per turn. It's one attacking if the Digimon has 2 or more colors, draw 1. It's nice because you can draw a card. Let's say you go into like jamming XVmon, swing, draw a card, go into Pile-Dramon, draw 2 cards. This paired with the Stingmon's crazy because you're drawing this Stingmon, by the way, sorry. You're drawing literally 4 cards off 2 Pile-Dramon swings with this card, which is nuts. It's pretty good. Draw power is always nice. The other new addition to the rookie lineup is this Wormmon. I don't really know how I feel about it per se. I do really like the inheritable, which lets you DNA at the end of your turn. Always been a big fan of that inheritable. The on play is kind of okay. I'm not a huge fan of it just because it has to search for a Digimon card with 2 or more colors. So not like the hugest fan of that. But if you had on play it to search for a Pile-Dramon or Imperial is not the worst thing in the world. Some changes to the champion lineup here. We went ahead and just cut these down to 5 each, and now we're running 2 Lydramon. I do like the Lydramon a lot here, just because if you need to go into the Lydramon, like let's say you don't have. If you're playing 6 Stingmon, 6 XVmon, you could get hard stuck on like 2 Stingmon or 2 XVmon and then not be able to DNA. Having these 2 Lydramon here really helps the flexibility of the deck, and you're still able to DNA. Preferably, I always would rather have the XVmon so I have jamming and then just a random Stingmon here. That's how I always feel, but again, just the consistency, this helps out a lot. I'm probably going to keep with this. I think this is what my BT-12 list was really missing, is I really went full in, I think, on XVmons and Stingmons to make the list work, but I just think that having Lydramon here is a lot. I will probably mess with ratios here because it is technically a lot of champions, but like it's kind of important you see both all your champions, so I haven't had too many issues, but we'll see how it goes as I continue playtesting into BT-16. For the ultimate lineup, nothing too crazy here, pretty standard. 4 Pile-Dramon, 2 Dino B, one of the starter deck Dino Bmons, just because I really like being able to like force suspend something, and then it doesn't unsuspend. I think that's pretty strong. And then I'm playing a Chimeramon, again, mostly just so I can DNA if I have to. This probably won't go into too often. I really hadn't played this card in a long time just because I don't really like Chimeramon, but again, this is kind of just me messing around with stuff till BT-16 comes out, so it is what it is. I am testing the Imperial Digimon Ace just because we have nothing new for the Mega lineup right now until BT-16. This card kind of is not that good at all, if I'm being honest. I'm just playtesting with it because I don't have anything else to use right now, and I'm just having fun messing with it. Other than that, pretty standard for me as far as all things go, with the Davis Tamers, 3 Davis Tamers, and then 2 Davis and Ken. I feel like that's pretty standard. 1 HPD because you gotta have Spicy 1-Os, 1 Ice Wall for the same reason. 2 Hammer Spark, 2 Mega Death. I might start playtesting Giga Death again soon just to see how I feel, but Again, for right now, this feels like a pretty standard list besides the random new additions. If anything, I'd probably cut the Chimera, go back to a third Dino B here maybe. Maybe cut a Stingmon or an XVmon here just to cut it down to like 10 champions. I haven't really decided yet, but we'll see how playtesting continues to go. Moving on to my next list, it's Hunters, which is my other favorite deck in the game. I feel like this is a very, very, very basic standard Hunters list. This is pretty much the Hunters list that I've been running all the way since BT-12 when this deck first came out. I love this deck. The only real changes I think I've made over like the course of this being a deck is like upping my Omni Shout from like 2 to 3 here and there. I think I was playing an Astamon, but I kind of hate the Astamon, so I always go back to the Omni Shout, but then I go back and forth with it. I don't think there's anything too crazy to talk about. I feel like my rookies are kind of weird. I know a lot of people play like 4 Dracmon, 4 Gumdramon, 4 Psychmon. I like just the split like this so I can play the 2 Ikakimons. I don't even know if that's how you say it, but there we go. I like the split here. I think that this is a pretty good inheritable, all things considered. The only thing with this card is that this card does not have save on deletion. So when you swing with this card, it will die and you will not get to save with it. So that is an issue, all things considered, but you know, it is what it is. I usually don't run into that issue, and if I do, then whatever. Who cares? Other than that, I guess I could say the Quartz is pretty good here. I was thinking at one point of just running like 1 Quartz and 1 Dex, just because of what the format looks like, but I think that Quartz is just strictly better in this deck to suspend everything. I do think that Dex is a pretty good card, all things considered, and I mean, depending on how the format shapes up, I might go like one Quartz and 1 Dex, or maybe I'll cut something else from here to go 2 Quartz, 1 Dex. We'll see what happens. I feel pretty good about my Tamer lineup, to be fair, as well. So Watchmaker is so good. If anything, I'd probably go up 1 on Watchmaker just to have the extra security tax, because that card is bonkers. But other than that, pretty confident with this deck. I've been playing this deck list for quite some time now, so I wouldn't change too much here. Next, we're going to go on to my Dark Masters Mega Zoo. I know that Dan included this in his as well. So me and Dan have been going back and forth talking about our lists. Our lists are pretty different though, all things considered, so I felt okay showing off my list even though he had showed off his. For me personally, I'm playing the Wisemons over like more Scorpiomons, just because the Wisemon I think is really good. It searches most of the deck, at least most of these guys. The only things it's not searching are my Metal Digimon and Puppetmon. And then obviously my level 7s, it's not searching either. So I'm playing the Wisemons. I like that card a lot. My only thing is because it doesn't have the end of turn, like, you know, delete it and then throw something in your raising. I think the other big change besides my lineup is like way different than Dan's, my ultimate lineup. I think we're playing similar cards though, but the other big thing in this deck that I want to talk about is I'm playing D-Reaper. The main reason I'm playing Mother D is 1, it can't be rated into, and 2, I had to confirm this with Varney, but it does work this way. When you raise his Mother D Reaper and you have one of these guys out, you know, any level 5 ultimates, you can actually use their end of turn effect to delete your D Reaper to put something in Reason. So once this is on the field, like, this is only unaffected by your opponent's effects, not by yours. So you can delete your own D-Reaper and get some shenanigans going off with the like Cherrymons, Gigajimons, Scorpiomons, whatever, and then throw one of your Dark Masters into raising, which is really nice. It's kind of like a spicy tech. I like it a lot. It's just basically a free Digimon on board to delete. It doesn't cost you anything to do. I'm also playing way more Tamers. I'm playing 4 Tamers. I feel like this card's really good. Going first, it's solid because you don't have to put someone to 6 going first or even more. So I like this card. Also, just having security tech +1 on your Omnimons really helps you finish out games, I feel like. Other than that, really my Mega lineup is kind of not too crazy. I'm playing the Mega Gargomon Aces, the Abanumon Ace, and the Metal Garurumon Ace. Other than that, just the standard Dark Masters lineup. Mega Gargomon Ace is awesome, to be honest. That card is so good in this game. I can't wait for BT-16. I get the Vikemon aces and stuff, but until then, I like our lineup right now. I love Zwart. This card is never in security for me ever. It's insane. It's like the only card you ever want in security, and it's never there. I don't know why. I think it's just me having bad luck. Zwart is great here, especially with how cheap our aces are. Being able to play an ace off of Zwart feels great. If you don't play the ace, then you can play one of these guys off Zwart, which also feels awesome, to be fair. Playing a level 5 off Zwart feels amazing. So that's why I'm playing 4-4. The Merciful mode's nice, and then the 1 Alter B. I have to keep playtesting to see what else I would bump and change, but I feel like for right now, this is a pretty good lineup, pretty good ratio, so I don't have many complaints. Going next, we got Shine. This is a deck that I actually have max rarity for the most part, and I played it a decent amount during BT-12, and didn't really play it a whole. It was like BT-12 I played it, and then like a little bit of BT-13, but like I didn't really play it after it had gotten good, which is during BT-13 because of cards like this and then the new Marcus we got during BT-13. So that's kind of on me. I do like the deck, and I always did like it. I like how it played, but I just never really gravitated towards it too much. But I think that I'm moving back to like these older decks now and giving them another chance. So I'm definitely going to try out this list and see how I like it. I also went back to just the red base just so I can play the Agu X again. And also, I think that this new Coromon is really good. When a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw one. The reason I think that's really good in this deck is because you can actually draw off of security being trash now from like your Shine Greymon Burst mode, which is cool. Again, I think this is a pretty standard Shine list. Only playing the 1 Geo Gray. I have to iron out my champion lineup and playtest it some more. I don't know if 9 champions is too many for this deck or not, but I guess we'll see what ends up happening with this. Again, though, I do like this deck a lot. It is fun, and like I said, I do have it pretty much max rarity, so I might as well just finish it off and keep playing it and see if I like it or sell it if I have to. But I think this is a fun deck. It's a Greymon archetype, so it's always going to be good. It does have some newer support coming in BT-17, which is cool. So we'll see what this looks like and how it changes over the format as well. Now, the next deck is like total absolute copium from me. This is like me just making something work that needs to not work anymore, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyways. This is my Beelstar Cope deck list. This has a lot to talk about, and this might need its own deck profile if I'm being honest. But this is what my Beelstar list is looking like entering BT-15. This is a weird list, I understand. There's definitely some weird stuff going on here. I'm running I'm running a lot of 1-ofs that are restricted. If you guys listen to this pod, then this last pod we just did, then you'll have heard me talk about this a little bit. So I'm running the one Gabumon that's restricted, the other Gabumon that's restricted, Guru X, Eismon Scatter Mode, Anubis, Calling. I just feel like they're all good cards and need some love. Other than that, I feel like I kind of went back to like more of a toolboxes kind of style version of Beelstar, where I'm running the Gazimons, the Psychmons. I have this Gilmon to finish out a game with. I've got this Labramon just to return back Anubis if it gets trashed for whatever reason. And, just to finish up the rookies, I feel like it's not bad. Other than that, the main thing for this deck, I guess, is the 4 Raremons, which is just such a crazy expensive card right now. This kind of helps the deck out a lot just by being able to draw 2. The main thing is being able to trash, and selected trashing is so important in this deck so that you can get these damn dudes in trash over here, your 7-cost options. So you're playing the Raremons just to facilitate that, get your draw going, get the trash going. It has a pretty decent inheritable, so I mean, if you need to, you could delete a Psychmon or something if you actually went into your Werguru over here. I am playing the Garurumon X, just the 1-of, just to continue getting cards out of your hand. Trashing 2 cards is so good. Draw 2 cards is also really good, obviously, but really it's all about that trashing 2 cards, man. That's so important. I'm running 1 scatter mode, just because, again, draw 3, trash 2 is insane in this deck. I feel like, you know, why not go back to running 1 of scatter mode? I'm running the Uber for a Levi matchup if it ever comes up. The only thing is, the only way to recur this is like calling, or I mean, you can nail bone it, but if you nail bone, it's not going to get the on play. But so you have to hard play this for 5 essentially. But either then, I think that hard playing this for 5 is still better than getting Leviamon destroyed, so we'll take it. I am running 3 Wergaruru, really just because if things survive and things live, or you get the God Hand. I mean, going into Guru X stack with a Wergaruru is still insane in this deck. And I mean, plus whenever you attack, you just trash 1 card from your hand on suspend, which is kind of big for this deck. I mean, I'm taking it still. I'm going for it. Varney convinced me to add the Anubis into this deck, so we got to playtest this more and find out how we feel about it. I feel like the Anubis is really good. I feel like I would honestly use it more just to trash option cards from my hand, more than I would use it for like trying to trash Digimon cards from my hand to reduce cost. But it is really solid. I like the card a lot. Dexmon Shine Gray, going forward with that. The only other real change from my previous deck lists have been 7th Lightning. I feel like this just kind of replaces Flybolt for me, because it just deletes a level 6, but it also deletes a level 4. And also you get the trash from hand with this. This is such a good card for this deck, honestly. It's crazy. I'm a huge fan of this deck, this card, and this deck, obviously. But yeah, huge fan of this. 1 of Calling, card's cracked, card's so good, it's the reason it's at 1. For my tamer, I'm playing Matt Ishida, just so I can get Cocytus Breath and Howling Crusher back if need be, or not get them back, just so I can play them if need be. Like if I have to go into Beelstar, return this to hand, then I can at least play these off my Matt Ishida. However, the other reason I'm playing this is because of the 2 cost. There are better blue tamers out there, but I just think having the 2 cost is so much better in this deck, because wow, cheap plays in this deck are hard to come by sometimes if you brick, and having a 2 cost tamer is nice. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know the vibes. Let me know if you guys are trying to play test anything. Like I said, this is definitely the weirdest deck list I had. This is definitely my Beelstar Cope is what we're gonna call it. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. Peace.